I really like this lesson for those of you guys who have not been perfect at solving equations. All right, this is a review. If you are good at solving equations, you are really good at solving inequalities. There's no difference. All right, so here we go. Listen up. Number, for this guided practice, number 1. All right, what do I have to do first? Tell me. Combine like terms. All right, when I combine like terms, I get what?
12 plus 10j.
Less than or equal to 72. That's a symbol for less than or equal to 72. Now remember, I'm trying to tell you guys, I want you to ask me questions. So if you're not sure how I got 10, now's the time to speak up. Anybody have any issues? All right, next.
Then you subtract 12.
Subtract 12. Because we're brilliant, we can just say 10j is less than or equal to 60. Girls, come on now. Kate. So far, so good?
And then you divide by 10.
Right, so j is
6.
J is less than or equal to 6. Less than or equal to 6. Everybody with me? That's not hard. Does everybody agree? All right, so I need to show you 2 things today. All right, I need to show you 2 things. All right, how do I graph less than or equal to 6? Does everybody remember less than or equal to 6 was a what? Solid dot. Does everybody agree? Because it's equal to 6. And now less than is which direction? To the left. Right? Now what I normally tell kids is I tell them to do this just because I don't like to darken it in, but because we have on your iPad we have colors that you can do, it's easy to tell what direction you're moving in. Is everybody with me on this? Everybody with me? All right, now eyes up. Here's the new thing. Here's the new thing. Please look. In math, we say this direction is negative infinity. And over here we say this is what? Positive infinity. Is everybody with me? Anybody have a question with that, right?
Why do we say infinity?
Because that means just goes on. All right? We had to have a name for that. What? Okay. Yes. Now, listen. I have this. All right? As you progress, we don't really use a number line anymore. We say we use interval notation. All right? So what exactly is interval notation? All right? You read numbers from what to what, guys? Left to right. So on the left, where are we starting? Say it. Negative what?
Negative 10.
Nope. Negative what? All the way to the left is what? Yes. We're going from negative infinity all the way to what number? Nope. All the way to what? 6. Thank you. All right. So this is a short notation for the number line. I'm going from negative infinity to 6. Please look up and make sure now. This is a new topic. I'm not expecting you to know it. I'm expecting you to go, okay, that makes sense. I can see what the mathematicians were doing. They don't want to write a number line. All right, that's a waste of time. So we say we're going from negative infinity to 6, right? Now, the reason this is a parenthesis is because you can't really reach negative infinity. All right? The reason why this is a bracket is because it includes 6. Let me hear me. A bracket includes. A parenthesis does not. Colin, does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Carly? Anybody? Alec, you good? I don't know. I need exactly. Are you having trouble with how I got 6, or are you not understanding negative infinity? These are the things I'm trying to help you get better at. You got to be able to talk to me. Tell me. Okay, so now that's a very good question. So on a number line, do you agree if I go all the way to the left, what's the furthest number to the left? There isn't. There isn't one. Negative a million, negative a billion, negative a trillion. There isn't a number to the left. You agree? So we gave it a name. What do we call it? What's the furthest number to the right? Yeah, there you go. Okay? So the solution is I'm going from negative infinity to 6. And then I'm stopping at 6. that make sense to you? All right, is everybody happy with that? I mean it, girls. You guys are quiet. You don't ever say anything. So I'm telling you right now, we're starting a new concept. All right, here we go. Tell me. Good.
90 plus 5 is greater than or equal to -31.
Okay.
And then you divide, so it's minus 5.
Right.
31, which is 36.
What type of 36?
Another 36.
Good.
And so is greater than or equal to -4.
Perfect. Greater than or equal to -4. Thank you. That's exactly right. Now remember what I'm trying to tell you. Try to do it a step ahead of me. Don't try to just write down and copy my answers. It's not working. What? Oh, we're going to get to that. Very good thought. You're right. So now, greater than or equal to -4. So I go to -4, put a solid dot, and greater than is which direction? To the right. So here is my answer. If I write an interval notation, I read numbers from what again? Left to right. So where am I starting? I'm starting at -4. And I'm going to where? Infinity. Bracket, parentheses. Speak up, girls. What's an issue? Anything? What?
So with the bracket, does that mean it just like goes?
Bracket means -4 is a part of the answer. You can't reach infinity. There's no number at infinity. Okay? That's why it's a parentheses. And we'll get into more details. All I'm asking you right now is to understand those two example problems. That's it. Everybody hearing me? Everybody hearing me? What?
I just don't understand the bracket.
We just said exactly again. If it's equal to, it's a bracket. That's all that means. Right? We can't get to infinity, so it's not equal to infinity. All right? It's approaching infinity.
Oh, I see.
All right? Now let's try the next one. All right? This is the one where you have one little extra thing you got to remember. 3z minus 15z is what? -12z minus 30 is greater than 54. Add 30. What is that? Does everybody agree with that? Now, tell them, whenever you multiply or divide by a negative, you switch the signs. One rule. Whenever you multiply or divide by a negative, hello, I'm talking. Whenever you multiply or divide by a negative, you change all signs. You change all signs. So I'm dividing by -12. So the variable becomes, instead of it being negative, it now becomes a positive. When it's greater than, it now becomes, less than. And when it's positive 84, now it becomes -7. Everybody listen to me, and please look at what I'm telling you. This was a negative. Now it's a what? Positive. This was a greater than. Now it is a less than. This was a positive. Now it's a what? Negative. Whenever you divide by a negative, you change all signs. You change all signs. Everybody with me on this? Okay. Now we got to graph this. Everything less than -7. Is -7 less than -7? No. No, look up. So we say it requires an open parentheses, not a closed. If it's not equal to, it's a open circle. And now we're going everything where? To the left or to the right? What is the answer? Less than -7. Where are we going? To the left. I'm not sure what you guys were seeing. I'm going to the left. Is everybody happy with that? Now, interval notation. Here we go. Remember, you read numbers from left to right. So I'm going to start at where? And I'm going to end at what? Now, am I including -7? No. That's why it is a parentheses. That's why it's a parentheses. I mean it. Okay? Colin, you doing okay?
Yes.
Carly? All right, here we go. Come on, good.
So if it's not like greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, then it's
Okay.
no bracket.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly right. Good summary. Perfect. If it's greater than or it's less than, it's an open. Okay, super important. All right, here we go. Let's check out the next one. What's 7n minus 8n? -1n minus 3 is less than 23. Now what do I do? Add 3. Add 3. -n is less than what? 26. And now switch the signs. N is greater than what? -26. All right, now do I want you to put -1, 2? No, we don't do that, remember? So what we do is we say, I want the answer and the opposite. So this would be -26 over here. This would be +26 over here. Is everybody good with that? Is it an open or a closed? Open. Thank you. It's open. And now I'm going where? Which direction? Which way? I know, this way, because some of us forgot right and left. If we're going this direction, we say that's to the, and we go this direction, that's to the. Didn't think I would have to give directions on left or right in here. All right, so I'm greater than, do we agree? So greater than is to the, yes, that way. I like that, just to be safe. We're going that way. We're going to the right. All right? So interval notation, we would say it's from what? Where are we starting? And I'm heading out to infinity. All right? That's the advanced way. We don't ever really write, when you progress in math, we don't ever use a number line. Or we call it interval notation. That's describing that. Now, don't you agree? Come on, that's not that bad. All right? Especially if you're good at solving equations. This should be a really good day for you for a test coming up. All right, so now I'm going to do 3 and 4, and then I want you guys to do the ones on the right. All right, now, instead of distributing, what did I tell you to do the quickest way? Yeah, divide it out. Divide it out, because 45 is divisible by 9. It makes it easier, correct? But I'm dividing by what? I'm dividing by a negative. And when I divide by a negative, what do I do to the signs? Change them. So I'm going to tell you Q plus 3 greater than -5. Is everybody happy with that? Everybody happy? Everybody agreeing? Hey. Well, because it's the problem's easier. It's one less step. Yeah, you can distribute. You'll get the same answer, okay? But just kind of watch what I'm doing, because I'm trying to make you better with numbers. You hear what I'm saying? So if 45 is divisible by 9, we might as well go ahead and divide first. Is everybody with me on this? Now, I need to do what? -3, right? So Q is greater than what? -8. Yeah, see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. So -8, open circle, going to the right. Okay? So my interval notation, go ahead, tell me. Good for you. Thank you very much. So what I did was I subtract 3 from both sides. You with me on this? Now, Alex, good. Every time you don't know something, speak up. Every time. No one cares. No one. Okay? Get going. All right? You don't have to sit there. If you don't know something, speak up. I'm trying to tell everybody that. All right, girls? Now, my interval notation would be what? Where am I starting?
Infinity.
And I'm heading out to what?
Infinity.
-8 to infinity. Everybody happy with that? All right, I'm going to go down, and then I'm going to let you do the other two on your own to see if you're good. Now, how do I get rid of 1/2? It might be easier just to do what to both sides? Multiply by the reciprocal, but the reciprocal 1/2 is? Yes. So now if you want to see that, you would just go times 2 times 2. And now I have x plus 4 is less than or equal to what? 20. Right? Now I'm minus 4, thank you. So x is less than or equal to less than or equal to what? We're not dividing, we are subtracting. We're subtracting. Alex, you've asked me questions now. You feeling good about this? Now? Got it? All right. So now remember, this one, the number line's not on there, so we'll go with -16 and 16. Is my circle open or closed? Definitely closed. And which direction? Left, because we're less than. So here we go. Left over here. So my interval notation, someone be brave. What's my interval notation?
-infinity, and then 16, and 16 is in closed brackets, and then -infinity.
Good. All right, so right now, listen, I want everybody to try this problem right here and try this problem right here. And the reciprocal of 3/4, don't forget, is 4/3. Just try it.
How do you know whether the circle is open or closed?
If it's equal, it's closed.
Okay.
If there's no equal to sign, it's open. Now, do you see an equal sign in this problem? This means less than or equal to. That's the equal. Do you hear me now?
It's the other problems too.
Yes, it's the same for all of the problems.
Then why are the circles open?
Because there's no equal sign. Look, girl, come on. This right here. Do you see this? Look up.
No.
Is there an equal to sign? No, that's why it's open.
Okay.
If there's an equal sign, does that look like an equal sign? No, because mathematicians are lazy. It used to be like that, old school. But there's no reason to put a second mark. Do you agree? Because everybody knows what you're talking about. All right, so get busy. Do those quickly. Do those two. And if you're brilliant, go on to the next one. Girls, no talking. If you're done with the next one, try the next one and try the next one. All right, this is because you're going to do extra work this weekend. Everybody hear me? I'm going to assign you IXL. All right, you're going to do the work tomorrow. It's like you're having school. All right? Shh. Just finish those problems up. That's good. Girls. Get the problems done. Carly, you want chocolate one or do you want which one do you want? Brown chocolate.
No.
Hey.
Suck on it.
Colin? All right, let's go now. All right, back to work. Does anybody know what time we get out? Anybody write that down?
I think it's
Like 10 minutes earlier than normal. Every class here is short 5 minutes. All right. So let's do a couple of these. Make sure you hear me. All right. So, dividing by -5. If I divide by -5, I get x plus 2 is what? X plus 2 is greater than or no. Am I dividing by a negative, Colin?
Oh yeah, you are. So it's less than
Thank you.
3.
Less
Negative
than
3.
Yes, less than -3. Perfect. Less than -3. All right. Anybody have any questions with that? Look at the signs. Look at the signs. All right. Now we subtract 2. X is less than -5. Everybody happy? So now open circle at -5. Going less than. Going to the left. Thank you. Less than. And that's what I just said while you were discussing over there. I'm saying make sure you have. Did you switch the sign?
Wait, I got 5 because didn't you like switch around the negatives?
I'm taking 15 and dividing it by -5. What is that?
It's -3.
That is correct. That's why that's there. Yes?
Oh,
All right. Good, good.
wait, no. Okay, so I did like I got -5, and since I was like basically dividing by negative, I switched the signs around.
Do you mean you distributed the -5? Or did you divide by -5?
And I divided.
Okay, so if you divide by -5, divide by -5, x plus 2 is less than -3. I'm not sure what's the matter.
No, like I mean like at the end, I got x is greater or less than -5, and then I switched the signs around.
No, we didn't multiply, we just subtracted. The rule is when you multiply or divide by negative, you change the sign, not when you subtract.
Oh,
Only multiplying and dividing. Only multiplying and dividing. Do you hear me? All right. So now my interval notation, -infinity to -5. Okay? Here, what's the reciprocal? 4/3 times 4/3. X plus 3 is less than or equal to what? 12. Thank you. Now I'm doing what?
oh, subtract.
Subtract 3, so x is less than or equal to what? 9. All right. So less than or equal to 9 is a solid dot. Going to the left. -infinity to 9. Look at the bracket, please. Is everybody okay with this? Everybody good with that? All right. Anybody have any issues? All right. Now, everybody try these 2 questions while I look up some IXL real quick. All right. Again, do that real quick.